and welcome everybody. I'm Jack Reda with Future Pastimes, and this is Cosmic Encounter Invitational number 2. Oh, and I gotta mute this because I don't want to hear that echo. All right. So we're going to be playing Cosmic Encounter here in Tabletop Simulator, and we have some special guests with us today. So joining us is Jeremy Upton. He is a galactic champion of Cosmic Encounter from the Escape Velocity 2019 Cosmic Encounter Tournament, the last one that we've done face-to-face and live. He also helped us to run the tournament itself with some software that he stole from work. Maybe stole. I guess they knew about it, but we had. It was very.
I stole from work for sure.
Yeah, it was great. It really helped us organize it, and Jeremy, you helped us organize the online tournament as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I helped with that. Put together the online scoreboard for that one too.
Yep. Yeah, so that was a good time. He is a savvy player. And I'll mention the Cosmic Emulator here at the end of the introductions. We also have Jefferson Krough. Jefferson and I were part of the 3-man team that worked on Cosmic Dominion. And we were part of the 3-man Special Forces group that was brought in by Fantasy Flight to help get Cosmic Eons out the door finally after a few iterations. Jefferson and I have played in person as well. And we were at Cosmic Con together. It's been a while. Jefferson, glad to have you in here.
Thanks, Jack. I'll try not to talk about how we got chased around by security for trying to play Cosmic the first time we met.
Yes, put that on the bucket list as well. And we're also joined by Jay Little, who designed Cosmic Dominion. And you may know Jay from...
Storm.
Storm, that's right. Well, in spirit, he was there with us as an unspoken life lesson on how Cosmic design can work with you or against you. But yes, Cosmic Storm, which introduced space stations to Cosmic Encounter, one of the very few original variants that has been introduced to the Fantasy Flight edition. It's one of my favorite additions to Cosmic. But you may also know Jay from X-Wing, which is one of my favorite tabletop games as well. And I love Jay's work on the expansions to Fantasy Flight's edition of Wiz War. In fact, I really love those expansions. I wish that they had let Jay make 8 or 9 more of those for Wiz War, which is one of my favorite games as well. So welcome, Jay.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
So we are going to be using space stations in our game today. And we have a mix of space stations from Cosmic Storm as well as Cosmic Odyssey. So Storm has 10 space stations in the box, and Odyssey has 10 more. And Odyssey has a couple other types of space stations in it as well, but we're just going to stick to the regular ones. And just so everybody who is the hundreds of you that will eventually watch this in the future, space stations, we're going to be dealt out a space station. We'll dealt out 2, and you'll pick one. And you're going to assign that space station to one of your home planets. And it's going to give you an extra ability or advantage or effect. And you will have control of that effect for as long as you have a colony, a home colony on that planet. The control of the space station does not change if you lose the colony. You just don't get that effect anymore. It turns off. But you can trade space stations as part of a deal. I like that effect as well. I'm a big fan of deals, so that'll be fun. And we're going to be playing with Yellow Alert aliens today. I've curated a group of 12 Yellow Alert aliens, some of which were designed by Jay and myself and Jefferson, as well as there's one in there from Peter Alaka's granddaughter. We'll see what gets picked. They're all Yellow Alert, so Yellow Alert aliens. Not necessarily than the red alert or the green alert. They just they suggest that you have a certain familiarity with how things like what's in the Cosmic deck before you tackle a Yellow Alert. But we're all old school, old hands at Cosmic, so I think we can. Maybe not Bill, but we'll see how it goes. If anyone has any questions, now's the time to ask. Otherwise, I think we'll deal out the aliens first. these guys. I'm going to shuffle them up. And then deal two to everybody who is needed. All right, that's interesting. Interesting. Did you get dealt your own alien there, Jefferson?
Yeah, I sure did. Yeah. I don't remember this one too much. It's been a while.
I think
So
just
for
for
me,
the
the titular Cosmic Storm box art character, I am playing as the Tide.
So where do we put the Unchosen?
let's put your Unchosen back on the
Got it.
panel right here. Yours will go right there. And then we can just put all 12 of these, I think, into the deck. All the flares to go in there. And then once everybody knows has chosen or whatever, then they can, oops.
Oh,
Well, I
Does
think
everybody remember the first alien they ever played in any edition of Cosmic Encounter? I'll give you a second to think about it because I know that for me it was Magnet. It was the very first alien I played when I learned the game in like 1982. And it was and that alien hasn't been added to the game until Cosmic Odyssey. So it's a long time. Anybody else remember their first alien?
The Philanthropist.
no, it was
I didn't know what one was, so I actually had to go to this thing called a dictionary and look it up. And when everyone else was reading out their abilities, I'm looking down at mine going, I can give away a card. Oh, wow, this is going to be awesome. And then I was dissing it before Peter's like, oh, I might not be the first anytime. Nah, but yeah, Philanthropist.
Definitely remember my first one was Invader. And that's kind of the same reaction to the game. Reading, I was like, you mean I can just like trade my hand with your hand and I get what you have? And they're like, yeah, that's how it works. And I don't remember if I won that first game, but I do remember I made people mad by trading their hands. I was like, this is a game for me.
That's just as good. Yeah.
All right. Jefferson, did you choose any aliens?
I did. I'm just rereading this one because it has been a long time. So I went in the hidden zone to add suspense.
Let's see. Here you are.
reviewing. Yeah.
Yeah, I think reveal.
Good.
All right, Graviton.
Where did this come? You're saying, is that a CO? Is this only Odyssey?
Yeah, that's Odyssey.
So this
I see. It goes there.
for that.
All right.
It's hard to believe.
So yes, so we've got so Jay's playing one of his own aliens. He's playing the Tide. Jefferson's playing one of his aliens, Tourist. Jeremy's got Graviton from Conflict. Bill's got one of the newer ones, Lemming. And I'm playing Invader. This is one of Kevin's aliens, also from Cosmic Conflict. So we'll go around and let everybody explain it and make sure that they've read it so that they know what their alien does. We had that happened a couple of games ago. Somebody was like, I assumed I knew what this did. It wasn't until as little things that I was like, wait a minute, this is not how this goes. So we'll read those out. Before we do, we're going to go ahead and I'm also going to deal out the two space stations. You're going to get to pick one of those and let you know what everyone's aliens are. So that will be we'll put Jack, back on the deck. And welcome, Peter.
Yeah, I'm being heavily maligned here, trying to beat my computer with a baseball bat.
Turn this back. Right back.
All right, if everyone's got them, we can go ahead and reveal those as well. Make sure you get your tokens. So, space laser.
I just want everyone to understand this should read big old space laser. So that's probably how I refer to it.
Observation. There you go. Do that. Boom. It's got the massive battery. I've heard that. Let's get rid of these guys. Massive battery. All right. Oh, the orbital billboard. A couple of old and new. I've got very high attention grid. So yeah, you're going to take your space station and assign it to one of your planets. This is the.
Oof. It was close. You made it worse.
That's not too bad. They're all going on the end. Not me. I'm going to the middle.
2 cosmic tokens, if you don't mind.
All right. Well, we've got a few of those to spare, so go and put those right there.
Thank you.
All right. All right. I'll start us off and explain what my alien does, and then I'll explain what my space station does. So I'm playing the Invader. At the game setup, I shuffled the 3 Invasion Destiny cards into the Destiny deck. And these Destiny cards will allow me to have an extra encounter when drawn during another player's turn. And after I have an extra encounter due to an Invasion Destiny card, the player who drew it will then continue with their encounter normally. And then I have the power of Invasion as a main player. After Invasion Destiny card or a Destiny card of my player color is drawn, I may use this power to discard my entire hand and draw a new hand of 8 cards before having, and if I'm having an extra encounter, I can do having that encounter. I can only use the power once per encounter. And I do have the artifact detection grid. After another player plays an artifact card, I will gain 1 reward. This would be a good time to find out from the table, are we going to use the reward deck, or will we go very old school and just stick with ships and cosmic cards in the reward deck? There's some, this is the combined Incursion Dominion reward deck right here, so it's got some fiery, explosive things, but I will defer to the wisdom of the table, yay or nay on that, especially knowing that I've got special access to it.
And I think we should just go old school.
All right, old school edition.
I'm surprised.
I picked Graviton with the idea that the rewards deck was going to be in play.
Ooh, that was a tough. All right, I'll concede.
All right. 2 votes is enough for me.
Either way, for me, it's fine. No
I
problem.
just want to deny Jack an advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Bill, why don't you go next?
But he is hoisted on his own petard. Unfortunately. So the Lemming needs to kill off a certain amount of its kind in order to prosper. After defense is determined, it's empowered to migrate. After defense is determined, if you have 9 or more ships in a warp, you may use this power to move 4 of your ships out of the warp onto any planet in the defensive system where you do not have a foreign colony. But I have to, keep the warp warm and happy.
So you want to get plagued,
I
which means
wanna
we
die.
don't want to plague you. Creepy.
And my space station would increase the value of reinforcement cards by the number of ships I had on it.
Wow. So you're +4 right now. If you add more ships to that planet while you still control it.
Okay, so you don't. Yeah, it's not like moons. It's right there.
All right, Jeremy.
All right. I am the Graviton. As a main player, excuse me. As the main player, after encounter cards are selected, but before they're revealed, I may use this power and say either 10s or 1s. If I do so, any attack cards revealed in the encounter only use that digit as their value. For instance, if you say 10s, an attack 40 would become an attack 4, and an attack 9 would become an attack 0. But if you say 1s, the same cards would be an attack 0 and an attack 9.
Tricky.
I also have the observation platform for my space station. After alliances are formed, if you are not a main player or ally, you may either free 2 of your ships from the warp or draw 1 card from the deck. And I'm assuming that's the Cosmic deck, not rewards deck.
Correct. All right.
Not coming across very loud, Jeremy. I can barely hear you.
Right click on his name, Bill. You turn his user volume up individually.
Oh, okay, thanks for that.
How's everyone else? Am I coming through for...
You sound good now. I cranked you up. Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Oh, thing.
Skype.
Yeah, we
Okay,
still use Skype every day. Old school.
So I am the tourist. I have to say once again, every time I look at this sheet, the artwork that they did for this is just one of my favorites in the whole universe.
That's Felicia, isn't
All right,
it?
so Felicia, I believe, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so game setup. You'll see in front of my planets there is a big cruise liner token. I have now, and each time this cruise liner enters my system, you may move up to 4 of your ships from your home colonies onto it, or vice versa, and I have already done so. I have the power to sightsee. So at the end of the Destiny phase, if any hazard warnings were drawn during this encounter, I have to use this power to send one of my ships from the cruise liner. If no hazard warnings are drawn, use this power to move the cruise liner one system clockwise or counterclockwise. Then, if the cruise liner is in the defense system and you do not already have a colony in that system, you may use this power to disassemble all of your ships from the cruise liner to any one planet there. If for any reason you do not, you may use the power to set it with our home. Remember posters? Oh boy, times have changed. Return one ship from the cruise liner to any of your colonies, and then take a card at random from the hand of that system's player. So we're going to tootle around being annoying, like this. Then the orbital billboards, during my regroup phase, I may show my entire hand to all players. If I do this, double the value of an attack card you reveal in this encounter. If you double an attack card in this way, send one of your ships from this planet to the warp.
All right. That's good to know. All right.
I am playing the Tide. I have the power to ebb and flow. You'll notice that I've got these nice little cosmic tokens up here in front of me. After I win an encounter as a main player, I put one of these tokens on my sheet, and then each one of my allies will draw a card. So this will be happening a lot because obviously everyone will want to ally with me. And then, when I lose an encounter as a main player, if there's more than one token on the sheet, I use this power to discard one of those tokens, and then the opposing main player and each of their allies have to discard cards. So nobody's going to want to do that. So again, ergo, ally with me. We're already playing the game. Everyone's already on my side. And then I got the big old space laser as my space station. As a main player, after I reveal an attack card, I may add 10 to the total if there are no allies on my side, which will probably never happen because, again, like I said, I'm tied and they want to hang out with me.
Right. And that works whether you're the offensive main player or the defense. So The big space laser can shoot across the cosmos. All right, I think that is that. So I'm going to go ahead and deal out hands, everybody. Shuffle that up, and everyone gets 8, except Jeremy gets 7 because he already has a card in his hand, and that is the Cosmic Emulator. So, Cosmic Emulator, so everybody knows who's watching at home, is an antiquity. It's a unique kind of card, and it lets him reuse a card. So he can play the Cosmic Emulator and remove it from the game after he plays or reveals another card and must discard it. That card returns to his hand instead, and this does not count as an artifact. The Cards app wouldn't work on this, but as you can see, it has a very clear and distinctly different back art from Cosmic Cards, so if he doesn't use this right away, it could be lost to compensation or plague, for instance. So, all right, let's go ahead and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we'll give 1 to 1, yellow, green, and purple for 8. And we're going to go shuffle this up, and orange is going to be our first play.
Thank you. Mr. My hand.
Yes, read all of your flares.
Only I'm supposed to see my own hand, except for the billboard thing. So, oh, interesting. Back here. Okay. I think I am ready. So,
All right. Does anyone have any start turn or regrouping who want to unleash? Once, twice?
I will use my orbital billboards to reveal my hand. Let's see. So I guess I'm just going to pick all this up and just move it to another part of the top simulator board.
Be able to just draw a box or
Well,
drag it right out.
yeah, I was going to move it over here. So this is me revealing my hand, my orbital billboards.
Good grief.
This
So,
tourist is
be a 40.
brought to you by.
Got the Leviathan flare, the porcupine, the sniveler.
So if I will double the attack card that I revealed in this turn, the cost of one of my real planet.
Whoa. Okay.
Let's try not to think about the ethics of what that means to have to kill off one of my people in order to show you my card.
Yeah, I think Ralph Nader ever advocated for that, but
All right, I know there's a lot of players. Let me know when I can pick these back.
Yep.
yeah, that's fine. I'm sure we'll see those guys later.
Because I might be revealing them because of one of these other players. All right, I'm going to put these back. And then we can move on.
All right. And Destiny says black.
Jeremy. Okay. So he's got what station is the observation form? Okay. And if I take over that, that planet, then that becomes my station.
Nope. It just means
It turns off. Yeah. I'm not going to do that because that's no fun. I'm going to point the cone over here. Oh, and let's see. Was there a hazard warning on that, Jack?
there was no hazard warning on that one.
No hazard warning. Okay. Right, so here's what I'm going to do.
Pretty close to the the defense there.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and use power to move the cruise ship counterclockwise. And then, because no hazard warnings were drawn, the cruise liner is in the defensive system. I do not already have it. So I will use my power to disable all of my ships. The cruise liner to one planet there.
Unless,
So I will do that and move this encounter. This is just me dropping things off. Let me zoom in here. I will this pile over here. So we will observe on the planet the observation platform. Okay. And then we'll point the cone at the center planet. And then I will launch. So this is how I get everybody's attention, by maybe getting 2 colonies on my first encounter.
Yeah.
That ain't right.
Wonderful.
Yeah, whoever designed this is definitely on track. All right, I'm putting 4 on the cone. I'm trying to. It has been a little while, so my coordination is a little rusty here.
I'll help you out there, Jefferson.
Thanks. Okay. Yeah, I'm out of practice. I haven't used tabletop in a long time. Okay. All right, pointing at the center planet, and you know, for allies, I'm feeling benevolent and generous, so I will invite everybody here to join me on offense. You know what I have. You know that I can win. I'm pointing at the center planet. Really.
No dollars.
And your planets will, and your cards double.
Card, if I play an attack card, it will be doubled. So you probably won on the winning side here. You get a point.
Well,
Milling art.
So who says
there is a graviton, so like you know, a 20 doubled, if it's just a 0, it's still 0. So good to know. But let's hear the graviton's case. Are they fighting? What do they think?
And not to invite any allies.
Oh,
Graviton just wants to stay in his cave?
Yellow, you're up first.
you know, I can see the terrorist's argument there. I'm going to commit 3 to the offense there. Don't spend a moment in place, but
That's right.
Well, I'll bring along my 2 cents.
And I am bringing. All right. I'm bringing 4.
Yeah.
All right. So that's 4, 4, 3, and 2.
We got a force
I'm gonna
field.
force that. Okay.
Is anyone going to card zap that?
Oh,
Well, you saw my hand. I can't.
I will. Whoops. Where's the my
All
card?
right.
Where did it go? Oh, there it
It's
is. All right.
equal
That
to
is
Still that again.
double force field.
Whoa.
So we have a double force field.
Another force field?
Yeah, you gave me 2 of them.
Well, I'll card zap that one. So take another reward.
That's right. It's a
Wait a minute.
goal.
Do I get a reward for cards?
I get a reward because of my space station.
Now, is Jeremy going to use his emulator to eBay those force fields?
I'm not. No, I mean, it's not with the emulator pull back a zap card. I think it just pull back something that would otherwise card. But I don't know. I've never actually encountered it.
No, I mean you were forced to discard that whether it's zapped or not. So you could.
Oh, I could do that.
You could emulate it back into your hand. Absolutely.
Oh, sure. Let's do that.
All right. So that goes back into your hand. This goes out of the game.
Is there a third card zap out there?
Third card zap.
If there is, then you use it. Good for you.
All right. So then the party is over. It's going to be Jefferson getting the con in his own.
Okay, so I want to make sure I understand the interaction between orbital billboards and Graviton. Graviton considers the ink, or is this reveal only that digit as their value? Okay. So we would determine the value of the card from Graviton and then double it from orbital billboards.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, in fact, yeah, okay. All right, so that's 4 to 4. Okay, I am. Or we're in planning now, right? You look face down to me.
I see another green ship. I seem to have lost one.
No, you got all your ships here. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4.
It's saying 3 here. It says 4 to you.
There's one that's on here that is stuck in the table, so that's why. There you go.
Huh.
Yeah, there's a few bugs in there. All right, we are card laid. Is the card? Let's reveal.
Wait.
Graviton
Jeremy
is
has to
not
go ahead.
using his power.
Not yet. No. So no gravitoning.
I'm going to call it just stop a moment here. I need to read the text on force field. Okay. I may have something to interrupt this, depending on how that text is written. And never mind. Continue.
I'm ready to reveal.
Reveal it. All right. Well, a double 6 is a 12 versus a negotiate. So
Okay, so let me get rid of one of my innocent people. There you go. Bloop. All right, let me shuffle my hand around a little bit here before compensation. And move onto there. Yep. Let's see. Can I just? All right. Now I forget in tabletop simulator here. Should I put these in my hidden area or something so that he's?
well, if Jeremy, so one of the little tricks is that Jeremy just mounces over a card and presses 1. He'll draw that card right into his hand with nobody misses.
Got it. Okay. Good trick.
Well, you can watch the cards go, knowing exactly what vanished.
Oh, but what you can slightly push one of them forward in your hand. So your hand. In the physical game, we would always do.
Absolutely.
This is the one you want right here. I'm putting it on the end. Pointing at it.
What one could that be? Those.
All right. So that is a successful first encounter for you, Jefferson. Very profitable.
Nautical.
Will you be having a second?
Yeah, I'm gonna push my luck. Let's see. Hold on a second. So regroup. I get to regroup my ship. There it is. I'm gonna put this one back over here on Space Station World. Okay. Let's see. Do I want to reveal my hand this time?
Won't take
No.
as long to
No. Let's make it a mystery.
Okay.
All right, I'm ready for Destiny.
All right. Destiny says it's wild.
Really? Okay. Okay. I will select Jeremy again as a defense, and then we'll play Leviathan Wild. After Destiny is drawn, you marry one home planet with defense. Then it moves to the defense home system and vice versa. The encounter immediately ends successfully. Afterwards, this flare to the Leviathan, or discard it if the Leviathan is not playing. And since they're not, it will be discarded. So unless someone card zaps that with a card zap, I will trade planets with Jeremy so that we each get a point.
Or the pieces over here.
Are the planets locked down?
They are. So you right click on there and toggle lock off. Pick it up.
All right, I'm going to move my right planet here and change it to Jeremy's right hand planet.
Get yourself a space station.
I could have, but I already have a colony on there. So.
Get
That's
to
true.
lock my planet too.
If I had known that I was going to get a wild, I might not have chosen that. Okay. Oh, it is hard moving planets. There we go. Close enough.
I always had mad respect for the Leviathan flare because that is.
Oh, and you know what? I forgot to move.
Windment in 2019.
Yeah.
I forgot to move my thing, so I'm going to put that here. Put a couple pictures on there. You would think I was so excited by Leviathan.
Yes. So
And it's like Baxies to me.
Yeah,
I have to. It's mandatory. Even if I forget, I got to do
pretty
it. Yeah.
impressive.
Jefferson, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Isn't it
Sure.
true that the first evolved, because back from vacation, you think of any aliens? You only
That's right.
How about a tourist? A little boat.
Yes.
Inside.
100% correct. That's that little nudge was all it took.
I think that was the first reform move around wherever you want. Alien.
Which was interesting because there was already cardboard in the expansion, so it wasn't that hard to carve up extra space. And does anybody know what the art was this time?
Must
Do
have
you
been
think back at Sesame Street, the aliens that would go, yep, 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 and it's like only their lower jaw moved. That was part of the art brief.
Nice insider tip.
right.
Okay, my turn is. I'm not sure I accomplished anything actually. So
It's early. It's early yet, Jefferson. So we'll see how it pans out. But all right, we got start a turn and some regroup for yellow.
We don't have anybody in.
I don't think.
Do not have any other
All right, no ships for you, so we're gonna
actions, so I am ready.
scoop it on, and it is going to be green with no hazard. The Lemmings may not put up much of a fight unless the space station don't like it.
You know what? Green, I have no qualm with you.
No,
I'm just gonna put one little thing there, dude, because you know, I just go with the flow. I mean, you might as well just negotiate. Why even bother calling for allies, right? You, me, we can just take care of this between us all.
find allies, and I'm looking forward to having a long talk over tea with you.
That's all I wanted to hear, man.
And I will again.
What is that?
No, it's the tie.
It's a tide.
Oh, it's the tide.
Yeah.
You know, that used to be my nickname. And tide. Let's see. No, I'm glad to make a deal.
Awesome.
No allies.
I'm going to be using the space station that I have to draw 2 cards from the deck.
All right, so when I pull it out of my hand, it's going to automatically go face down on two.
No.
no.
You have to flip it.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn it.
But still played his card, so
Yeah.
yeah, we're fine.
It's like I knew what you were gonna do. So.
Well, it was really
Your
close.
broadcaster
Over
move.
a completely different. I mean, that's exactly what I planned all along.
Yeah.
Thank you. I should swap planets. Forget it. That's all. However, as part of this negotiation, I would also love to give you 4 cards from my hand. Absolutely free, because I got
No.
respect.
The base rate is fine. Is that fine with you?
I don't know, Bill. You ought to consider this. I mean, think about the consequences of pondering this deal for at least another 45 seconds.
No.
It might have benefits for you that you're not anticipating.
Mm.
Yeah, there is soft advantages to you just going to the warp.
Absolutely.
How many do I lose? 3?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Think of it as a down payment for
3 to the
using your
warp.
power on a future colony.
Trying to decide which to do.
Man, I can get 9 ships on the warp without even breaking a sweat in most games.
Why get a colony now when you get a colony in 3 more encounters?
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so it's 3. No deal. I was just
Well,
So
your
does that,
turn is coming up sooner. There's that.
does that mean that this is an unsuccessful or a successful?
all done.
Is-
Over.
Is failed.
Well, so the thing is, Jay, there's a difference between winning an encounter and having a successful encounter.
Correct.
So you're not going to lose anything because you, you did lose the encounter. So that for that effect, like the win is not the same as a success if it's a deal, but failed deal is a loss, unfortunately. So it's there's not a balance in effects. It's always working against you.
All right. Just clarifying. Thank you.
Oh, let's see.
Done in by your own alien.
9 is a lot of ships I got to get in there.
Well, it will force to lose.
I quickly win, even though I did not succeed. So
No, there's
That's a
no deal.
loss.
So that's it.
It's
Goes to the
unsuccessful.
next player.
I'm just trying to see if my alien ability triggers, because it is
Yes.
mandatory.
It does. So
All right. Thank you very much.
After you lose an encounter as a main player.
yeah, that
Oh.
was
You only had 1 token there, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
started with
That-
2,
That
and
sticks.
then so it was a loss, and there was more than one, since you start with 2 on there. So it's going to discard 1 of the tokens from the sheet, and then Bill will have to discard a card of his choice from his hand, because there will still be 1 token on the sheet. We'll put this here. Supply.
Yeah, timing build up nicely after several hands.
Yeah.
It has been a little while.
Roll
If
tide,
I'm
roll.
not attacking you, Jay, I will definitely invite you along to help build up your shoreline. All right, I have no regrouping. Does anyone else have any regrouping to do? Otherwise, I'm going to skip on to Destiny. And then I've drawn my own color, but I do not wish to. That's something I can do, so flip again. And it is a hazard warning for orange.
Okay, so
Briefly, I think there's a rogue yellow token somewhere that I cannot seem to find. Did I just not have it stuck
Yeah, that
there?
happened to me too.
Yeah, it's
all right, gale force winds knock a tourist from the cruise ship into the warp.
Does it say that there's 4? No, it says there's 3. Well, we can fix that.
It's under the table. I see it.
We'll leave that there. I just made another
Thank
one.
you very much.
So we do need 3 of those ships to make their way to the warp, because the Lemming quashed your deal. Figuratively. All right. So you are going on a cruise.
I got stuck, hazard warning, so I lost a tourist to the warp. I'm moving the ship token out of the way, so you have some room to maneuver.
All right. We'll leave your billboards alone for now. See how it works out. We're gonna go there and 3 ships here. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite the Lemmings and the Tide to come along. We want to catch up to Graviton, so we're going to leave Graviton out of it for now.
I love this ocean theme. Imagine these lemmings running off the end.
I want everybody to help out on defense.
Lemming.
Tourists.
So yeah, so Bill, you're up.
Let's see. Which one is the losing cause?
It's just
Uh,
I think it's
Jefferson.
I will give 4 to somebody. I should flip a coin.
I should warn you, Bill, I might win.
Right. Well,
So if you're trying to
like
lose,
the
you
thought.
might want to go on the other side.
that's one of the.
Yeah, I don't like to throw. Like I guarantee we'll win this encounter, but
4 on the defense, Bill. Thank you.
So you might win, you said.
Yes, can't guarantee it, but I
Yeah,
might.
that's okay. I'm
I mean, Jack's only got 4 rewards. I mean, he can't possibly have like all the good ones yet.
yeah, you might.
just 3 good ones.
And
All
he's
right.
a -7. Yeah.
Do people play with this part of the cone as being defense, or does everybody put it off the ship?
It's an orbit around the planet.
Around.
I like to use
We
the
are.
ring, but we'll say to put them onto the side.
Yeah, we do need to be good stewards of the Fantasy Flight rule set. We don't want to be demonstrating stuff in a live stream that people will be like, what in the hell are they doing?
Yes, just because I'm old and play the old way, make me a throwback.
Is that
You're playing
Bring
more
that-
orthodox colors today.
It's not in this game.
Let's get
Black hitting out, by the way.
Graviton is out, and then Tide.
Graviton, you are passing this wonderful opportunity.
It
Oh.
is quite the opportunity.
You have my full 2 ships.
2. So it looks like a 5 on 5 going. Yeah. Okay.
We'll be playing a kicker.
Of
course.
Card from my space station.
I will not be playing a kicker,
Yeah.
but I've heard of kickers. There's only 1 card, right? Okay, yeah. There's 1 card. Where's your other card, Jack?
I'm thinking about which one I want to use.
Oh, okay. So that's your kicker.
So those I'm familiar. Obviously not myself at all. Why don't you have people with kickers?
That's good thinking. So kickers are something that showed up in the reward decks. In fact, every reward deck has got kickers in it, and they're a card that you play with your encounter card. So I still have to play encounter card, whether it's attack or negotiate or one of any other ones. Typically, the way the kicker works is it has a multiplicative effect on the value of the card. So a typical example is if this is a kicker times 2, and I reveal an attack card, then that attack card's value will be multiplied by 2. It'll be doubled, and then that will be my encounter total plus my ships. You can play a kicker with a negotiate, and what the kicker will do is it will multiply either the amount of compensation I would collect if I were collecting it, or it would multiply the number of ships my opponent will lose if we get into a deal situation and it fails. So it's a versatile thing. With this one, there's a kicker times 4 and times 3. There's a -1 that affects both sides. And so I'm trying to do some math here, Jefferson. You have to bear with me. I'm going to go with that one. All right, ready? And
Yep.
reveal.
That's the kicker.
All right. So that gives us a 16 plus our 5 for 21.
Yep. So you're up by 4. I'm going to play a flare. Let's see. This is the Porcupine Wild. I can reveal any number of cards from my hand. So you're looking at my whole hand here, 1 card. So that adds 1 to my side's total. So now the offense is up by only 3. So, Bill, if you have reinforcements, you might be able to turn this around.
Point of clarification, once you play a card, it is no longer in your hand. It is.
Yes. But if you
More
read
or
The
this
player
Porcupine
says,
Flare,
including this player.
Oh, dread. Foiled by clear language.
They thought that's annoying, isn't it? You wanted a loophole.
So unfortunately, I can't.
well,
Oh.
it was worth it.
All right, so wait. Oh,
Wait,
we're now
wait,
tied with the
Wait.
tie going to the defense.
No, we're ahead.
no. Offensive 3.
Oh, you're doing this to muddle your hand.
Well, he was hoping that Bill would be able to contribute something besides.
Yeah, no, been nice. I would have loved it.
And there's literally no reason not to play this at this point, since it was the only card I had.
Yes.
Of course. There, I don't mind dying.
And then, okay, another card, draw, and you step away. This one, Jack.
Only when you're a main player. All right.
So my dog was just barking at you, Jack, for coming into my system. So I just waited. So that's all.
Good boy. Good dog. Good girl. I don't know. Good dog.
Boy, yeah.
That was a successful encounter for me. So I am going to have another encounter. Nobody objects. And I'm going to skip on to the phase. And it's green with a hazard warning.
Ah,
Oh. Alien overboard. Okay.
Well, Bill, are you in a deal-making mood? You said you were last time, and then you changed your mind. What's the deal?
would you believe me if I said yes? If you would.
When you phrase it like that, I don't know.
That would be push. It is an easy way to get 3 in the warp, I must say.
Yes, then I'm going to then.
Someone never had the power to muddle.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know, you would think.
All right.
It's kind of like the whirly gig. I would say that's a muddle type power.
All right. In this case, I'm going to invite the Tide and the Graviton to join in on the offense as we struggle to catch up to the tourist.
And I'm not having anybody.
Hmm.
Because I'm like this guy.
All right. So, Jeremy.
We'll set this one in. Let's
Jefferson, you have been shunned by both parties. So the Tide looks like Jeremy.
Absolutely.
Some offense going to play.
Oh, let's see, what am I going to do? Okay. You didn't think that much.
Still, offense. Lemming goes to the warp again. Who would have thunk it?
Could work out. All right. So purple. 3. Like I said, 2. Shipped one of his planets off to another system. And that is that. Play passes to green.
So that this power, the language on this, suggests that I can do that even during other players' turns.
As any player, yeah, once defense determined.
Exactly. So that's every time defense. Of course, keeping the warp full is the hard thing. And it's in addition.
Super easy, barely an inconvenience.
Can I, at the beginning of my turn, do I have to take something out of the warp?
You do have to regroup.
But that's only at the beginning of my turn, so I would only
Beginning
have
of each of your encounters. So if you have a successful first encounter, then you'll have to take another one out if you have a second encounter.
right. But I had somebody pile them all up. I had them all spread around.
Well, it's easy to count when you just mouse over it. It gives you a nice number.
I know. I was trying to make that hard.
Wanted to obfuscate.
I see. Well, that's good. I'm just going to do that. So.
I'm just going to keep on doing it.
Security through security.
Anyway, I have to take one of those, unfortunately.
All right.
If you have a playing card, Bill, you could play it on yourself.
Ooh, that would be wonderful. Would somebody plague me, please?
But then he'd have to lose cards too. That might be.
Destiny sends me to.
Send you to Jefferson.
Man, the tourist has been busy.
He's running the planets here.
I am. I'm going to move my cruise liner maybe one more time before I lose my power.
Yeah,
Since no, I have to move it though. I can move it back next time and reload it a bit. But that's okay. It's already done its job.
It's true. He's the
Okay,
paladin.
so
I like how the love and the loser are on its little bag.
Well, my favorite thing is that, knowingly or not, one of them also has the symbol of the Third Imperium from Traveler.
okay,
There are no accidents.
no allies.
Nice.
What? Okay. I do want to keep my power. This is fun, and I designed it.
To you, I'm a bunch of little rodents.
Sure. Yeah, you might want to know.
Barely.
You know, I encourage Bill to on an evolutionary path. I will invite allies. Let me see here. I will invite everybody. Why not? Of course, you guys don't do what-
Tied you up.
Actually, at one point in the timing, if you have no challenge cards in your hand, you have to reveal and draw a new hand.
Well, for the
during planning.
starting turn for the defense, it is in the plan phase.
So I have no idea what it is.
We are technically not in the planning phase just yet, but
All right. That is, sorry, defense.
Heads up, you skipped black in
So
your
that's offensive.
outline order there.
Oh, that's right. It's because it was pointing at red. I was thinking, oh,
Right.
ammo. But I'm just telegraphing what I'm going to do with it. Cards and ships. That's how you win, Jeremy. Come on, you should defend with them.
I'm on
he's in there. He's in for 2. Oh, sorry. Yes, the forms must be obeyed.
Orthodox Cosmic.
Well, you weren't invited to the offense. So you're flying over there. I know where you're going. All right, now Bill. Now you must come through, and Jefferson must draw a new hand.
Yeah, let me get rid of the old porcupine here. Oh, there's not a discard shortcut here, is there? Nope. Let me go ahead and grab that. Thank you. Let's see. Is there a quick thing for just dealing myself 8?
Yeah, if you mouse over and press the 8 on the keyboard, it should vomit cards right into your hand.
Power to five.
Yes, I'm sure it was on the right deck. Okay, that looks about right. Okay. All right, let me take a look at this mess.
If you need some help here, Bill, look at that. You got 8.
Jeez.
Yes,
He's taking a dive.
very handy.
He's trying to lead them all
So,
into the warp over the cliff.
And he could. He did. That gives him a colony now.
He wants to use
Yeah,
his power. He's
Bernie's
purist.
colony,
I mean, if I
really.
was stuck with a 30 or something, I might. But, you know, what's the chance of that?
Oh.
Here's planning.
It would be the perfect way to use a 30 to blow everybody up.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Okay,
I
see,
smell an end. I knew it. Knew it.
Ah,
He's diving.
I didn't think you'd do that.
Coming at you. Well, he's taking 4 of your brand new cards. They're shiny.
I
Oh,
love
that's
these
true too.
cards.
Double dipping.
that will
I
be
keep
fun.
my power.
4 rewards for
I'm starting to take those cards. How come where'd it go?
It tripped off the end of the. There it is. It's right behind. I can't get it for it. There you got it. Yeah. I see. Not all, but I
Do
see.
I have to flip it over before grabbing it?
No, if you just mouse over and you press 1, it
Oh, okay.
goes right into your hand, so it's super convenient.
Flies across the table.
Yes. All right, did you get your 4 rewards there, Tony?
I only had 2
Or how?
in
Yeah,
the,
2 in it.
and I'm just gonna get 2 ships out of the war.
Yes.
Jeez. I have more ships in Jeremy's system than I do in my own.
Whose fault is that?
Destinies.
All right. Well, that was the end of Green's turn. So it's Green. That is not good timing for the Lemming.
On hazardous green.
So that I think that's once after defense is determined. Oh, yes, that's terrible.
Using my power to reload my cruise ship.
It just means that none of them leave the warp yet.
And done. Oops.
So we have to stop Jefferson now. Because he's already at 3.
Yes. The Carnival cruise liner has filled up with COVID-infected people.
Now, having said that, Jefferson, do you mind if I join?
We have to stop him. Oh,
Oh,
can I get one
it's not
colony?
my
out of
turn.
it?
It's not up to Jefferson.
Oh, right.
So he
I was
doesn't.
just
Who's
doing my
Jeremy?
So I
every
would,
regroup. Sorry, every ST cruise ship will be moving, but it's not my turn.
So I will invite everybody, and I will do my best.
I'm going
Since
to.
he does seem to be out, he's only ahead of everybody by 1.
Well, Jefferson's not attacking you. It's still Jeremy.
No, this is Jeremy.
Jeremy
I'm like purple.
Jeremy is
Purple, I believe.
All right, purple.
Graviton.
Okay. Bill, you invited everybody, so
well. I thought it was Jefferson for some reason.
That's because I started that rumor.
We can't hear.
Jeremy is Graviton with 2
I
colonies. Is
intimidate,
coming for you.
on myself. by the way.
So, Bill, are you still inviting allies or not?
Actually, no, I'm not. Never mind.
No,
We're trying to intimidate by insinuating he's gotten intimidated. I see how.
That's right. I like to think of it.
So next expansion, new encounter type, insinuate.
Exactly.
People have been
Alright, so
insinuating
Bill,
for
you
years.
Who do you want, if anyone?
no one.
No one? You go solo? All right.
You know, we don't.
Jeremy, did you invite anyone?
I invited Jack.
All right, time to plan.
Here to stand by.
There's no time for planning. Just forge ahead. Do something.
Graviton's not using it, by the way. I was gonna say that.
Oh.
Hey, I think I recognize that 20. All right, so Bill, you've got 8. You're not using any super-powered reinforcements from your battery pack.
We would have 2 anyway.
I love that picture.
For second encounter or getting Destiny?
All right, you got a ship out?
Not on my second encounter. Only at the beginning of my turn.
Okay, so during Destiny, the tourist does its thing.
Get to regroup every time.
All right, so I will go 1 clockwise, which is skipping. So I'm over in front of Jay. And Jay will be the defense.
Let's ship zap this ship.
Ooh.
Which ship?
This one on your home planet.
Play at any time.
One holding down the power station.
Yeah. So that will deactivate the tourist power, and so
So that ship's just stuck.
for now.
Yep.
By the way, Destiny is a non-hazardous heal.
So we would disembark.
Carnivore Cruise Lines.
Carnivore cruise lines. I like it.
You eat like 17 different kinds of meat, 24 hours a day.
Oh, jeez. Right, I read this really strange science fiction story from Analog Magazine last night about meat, and it's not suitable for a family Twitch channel.
I stopped eating meat years ago.
So, Bill, you have at least 9 ships in the warp.
I know.
Heck, the defense has been determined.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
You get to
Yes.
migrate.
don't miss your migrant.
So
Here
I'm
they
not
come.
usually getting a free colony in Jay's system, even if it's not me.
Oh, and then I have to take 4, unfortunately. And I was going to keep those separate.
Yeah, but you still have.
Still got a pretty good supply.
Yeah, you still have
Oh,
10. That's
we're
pretty
gonna
good.
do a little catching up now.
There you go.
Yeah.
We
Go
got a
to
long way to go.
He's
Big
going
old space
to.
laser planet if you want.
Space laser, what good would that do me?
It won't help you, but you don't have to worry about trying to take it away from you.
Right. But somebody else.
Alright. So the offense has launched. We're now up to the alliance phase.
Jay, I don't see any reason that we need to get all off scale about this. That was something.
Oh, really? Like you 1 step closer to victory?
Well, and I recognize that, but this is also my second encounter, so it's going to be a little while before I get back around.
I hear you. Okay.
It would also line you up to be at 3 when it became your turn. So.
Line me up by blasting me off of one of my own. Oh no, obviously. All right. I don't believe a word you said. But let's make a deal.
I don't know if I believe a word you said.
Good start.
So I actually, you know what? Because I am the tide, people who against me who are going to be losing, then you are also going to be losing an extra card from your hand. So I'm just telling you that this tide is a roll tide right now.
Roll tide
I'm in
roll.
Alabama.
He knows it's coming.
All right.
I'm looking for allies here. Get some guys out of the warp, draw some cards, position yourself better to win. And I'm going to be up pretty soon. I mean, now's the time to join tide.
You're
You're really marketing it.
You invited nobody.
Oh,
No, Black will be inviting Bill. We'll get Green on here if he's interested.
I need to ramp up some
Well,
more.
Jefferson, you were invited first, technically.
Yeah, I'll send it to you on defense just for fun. I don't mind doing ships,
You know,
even if
Oh,
I'm not
He's
Lemming.
advanced.
Oh well. Either way, win or lose is for me.
when you're all on offense.
Defense.
Defense.
Okay.
I'm
Who's messing with my ships here? I had 2 ships over there, and someone just grabbed one of them.
there are two.
Are there?
Blacks.
I
Now,
only see one. I had 2, but then someone put their
It
mouse
says
over it. Oh,
two
here we
right
go.
to me.
here's that yellow one.
Now it's on 2. Okay.
All right, so looks like 8-4.
8-4.
All right. Let's see. We're in the batting stage. And to lay the card face down, I have to flip it over my hand first.
Yeah.
Macron is going to use their power to call ones.
Really?
Only one. So
All right. I'm ready.
the 6.
10 for the offense. 13 for defense, if I count that right.
10 and 13. What's offense is 10?
Yeah, defense is up by 3.
So,
Yeah.
part of the way, but not all the way. Would you
I
go
don't get part of the way.
well, maybe together we can get all the way.
Here, there's a 2.
Defense by 1.
Well, remember that 2 is not a 2. That's
No, it's a 4.
Oh, yes. So that means it's,
there's 4.
defense is still, I think, up by 2.
So
Might
we
have lost
did,
count.
this is
19. I'm sorry, 9, 11, 15, 17 for defense.
and then this end is so
16.
16
Right.
for offense. We need 2 more.
and I don't. That's it. What I have.
Oh, that's all I got too.
Weaker.
Oh well, I don't mind losing.
But we'll at least stop you guys from getting in the
So I have one encounter. I have to use this power to place a token on this sheet. Then you and each of your allies draw 1 card for each token on this sheet. So allies, you're going to get 2 cards
Okay. What order are we
on
drawing
top
in?
of what you're.
We'll go clockwise from the offense. You're up first,
So
Jefferson.
Okay, so I'm going to get 2 cards from the Cosmic, correct?
and then I also
Then I also get 2 rewards.
No rewards on it. Gas guy.
You already asked me on something. I'm putting my ships back home. This is my turn, is it? Okay. So tourist is out.
I'm going to
let's
play
see.
a Rift 2. 2 cards from the reward.
All right, do I want to do anything here? so I guess.
You would be invaded. Yes, I become the offense, and I attack you.
What is that? Like that.
Get a reward.
Yep, because that's an artifact.
You get the reward when
When an artifact is played.
From the space station.
you got that. Those are a nice combo. It hurt.
Well, you get to draw. Your turn continues.
Does he draw
Right,
again?
Yeah, the second encounter.
There's a hazard on yellow. Back in
Yeah.
yellow.
The hazard's right here. Come at me, bro.
That's your big space laser right there, huh? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And that's
Big
plus
ol'.
10 if you don't have any allies.
But if
Yeah,
I
you
do
gotta
grab
really-
allies, they're going to get 2 extra.
3 if you win.
Now I can only place a maximum of 2 tokens on them.
Ah, okay. Something every day. We'll point at this guy here.
Actually, I take that back. That was something that I was always interpreted. I start with 2 on the sheet, but there is no limit to that. So
Yeah.
just
That's why I brought the extra supply out there.
Yep.
In hopes that you would surpass 2. Not that I'm really. Depends on whether or not you.
It's hard to specify.
Hope clouds observation.
Okay, I'm going to put 3 ships on the cone if I can get it on there.
all right.
So
Cards
I
and
get
ships.
to, this is,
All right, no, it's allies next.
so I get to take 4 of these things.
Yep.
Yep.
Ooh, he's making a move.
2, 3, 4. Which leaves me with 8.
Mere
Right.
8.
So Jefferson, it's not quite clear if you pointed at the 2 or the 3.
2. There we go. See, it lights up when I point it, but it is a little lame. So now that should be her. Okay. Okay, Bill, you did your thing, so you've got 2 colonies, so now it's a tighter game. All right, I am going to invite. I will
Everybody
invite all.
you're probably going to be facing on the other side of that.
I'm sorry, say that again, Jack.
I said anyone you don't invite, you're probably going to be facing on that side of the game.
That's true. Well, I'm planning on inviting everybody, and I do invite everybody. It's not just a plan; it's an action.
Really? Well, I will one-up him by inviting everybody as well.
How's that one upping? That's just the same thing.
So at this
One
point,
upping would.
when you join, I'm going to be just like loaded up here with tokens.
Tempting.
And so, cards and ships. That's how you win, guys. Cards and ships. Well, that's unnecessary if you don't have the cards and ships to be able to hold or take them. The ships.
So that's the
Committed.
Who's going to lose here? So this is not game. I don't care which side loses, but this gives me 50-50. Benefit either way.
13-2. It looks like going into planning.
Well, he's going to have the big space laser and the big old laser shooting.
Oh yeah, 13 to 12. Yeah.
Would have been nice to have Bill add his 4 to the units. Oh well.
What did you
Bill, you
want?
betrayed me by joining me.
Yes, your 4 ships would have been worth more as the defense.
For defense.
Would have have been worth more for me if he'd gone on defense, because then he wouldn't have gotten +10. Whoa, hold on. I just lost my. Come back here. There we go. My computer tried to take me to some other program.
So,
This is my card.
Oh, look,
No, I'm on that.
you're
Yes, 13 to 12. Offense by 1.
here. Yes. That is my plan.
And just, I'm sure.
Anything else you want to do? All right.
name a few
I
things.
want to draw a better card.
Okay, we got 3, 2, 1. Bam.
Yep, so you are up by 7. I can go a little bit towards fixing that.
I can go a little bit, Jefferson. Show me yours.
Defense by 4.
Wow.
Offense by 4.
All right. Well, that's means we're all going to have to discount.
So, Jack, when I had talked about my mistake there interpreting the tide, was I supposed to be moving a third token on it? I can't recall it now. If you had.
I think the
yeah,
first
that
time the tokens happened, I was counting it as you had 2, you had to lose the 1, but then you got the 1 back, but now you're going to lose the 1 again.
All right, there we go.
And we all have to lose 1 card combined.
All both ways.
Yes. And that would be all of us. I'm going to go ahead.
Is it just 1 card for Ray?
Yeah, 1 card. I'm going to ditch this negotiate because I got plenty more. These can be made.
All right, so Jack, you're at 4
Nice to
now.
know, Jack. Wink, wink. Say no more.
And Bill's at 3. Yeah, Bill pretty much is co-owner of Yellow System. All right. Well, that was so much fun. I think I would like to do that again. We take a ship out of the warp and regroup.
Oh, only I had 9 in there.
She's just 1 short.
I know.
If you got on the other side, you would.
Well, then I wouldn't have gotten that base. Either way worked for me.
Yeah, that's fair enough. All right.
But
Ready for some Destiny?
what I really
Right. Well, it's orange.
What I'm going to do here, I'm going to take my planet back and take my power back.
You're taking another cruise.
Very well.
And that's my second encounter.
Hello.
All right. Let's get one of these bad boys back. And let's see who I'm going to dominate.
All right. Destiny says whoever has the most home colonies, which would be that is the Invader system.
Who has the
Is it?
home colonies?
Yeah, I found
5.
So
Yeah.
that,
Okay.
He's got all.
I'm going to be using my power now. So, Jack, you're the defense?
Cosmic.
Okay. Because, yes, I was about to win that game with my tourist ship. Captain, we found a Zephyr in the engine room.
I can't give you any more.
He's coming after my artifact detection grid. I don't think I can.
Uh-oh.
I think I can countenance that.
no, we're gonna negotiate, remember? Get this thing out of the way to be able to grab my ships.
I don't think Jack negotiates with tides.
Yeah.
You can't turn the
Because
tide.
He can't lose his last token.
There we go. I'm going on with 3, and let's see. Who do do I want as allies?
To me, there's always one ahead of you.
Maybe I should just choose black and orange to give them a shared win and rub it in Jack's face. That could be as satisfying as winning Seth.
Look, before we advance to the alliance phase, Jay, let me
you've only got two.
Let me just tantalize you with this option. If you were to say aim that hyperspace gate at any of the other planets,
Mm-hmm.
I would probably be receptive to the idea of just throwing this encounter your way and letting you win. But if, on the one hand, you are going to insist on going after my space station planet and or inviting anybody along, I am going to have to put up a fight, and it's going to be a very big fight. And
Okay.
I don't know that you want to
You want
face
to-
that.
Right, right.
I totally am up for that. And you know what? Just because you're talking a little bit of trash, I am inviting everybody, including black and orange.
Oh God!
Oh my lord.
All right.
Wow.
To decide
Yes.
last.
Let the chips fall.
There's
where
something fishy about this.
I think he's gonna
Menu.
flush you down the cosmic
her fault.
drain.
I invite no one because I don't need any of your help.
You don't need anybody's help?
I don't need any.
Won't let me help you?
Jane, go ahead and load some chips on there so we know what you're. Oh, you did. Sorry.
Yes, I did. I am committing 3.
Yeah, you put the yellow on the yellow part of the cone. I couldn't see it. Yeah, I see it. It's not just that my eyes are old. That's all.
Okay.
I may live to regret it, but Black's gonna sit this one out.
And here I am.
Come on, man. Well, here, you
I'm gonna
want to
send.
win?
I'm gonna send one.
Wow.
I'm gonna send one. I gotta send one. Try to send one. Hold on a second.
Jack, I hope you're right, that you can, you know,
I know you do.
I gotta send one just to cover the contingencies.
I hope this doesn't,
I am going to play a kicker.
if I end up, if they end up winning by 1 or 2, I'll, oh well. Funny, we have to take advantages of any.
Yeah, I know what happened if I turned out a solo win because someone's plan backfired. Then I have to really.
All right. So, wait a second. I need to read something completely not suspicious at all. But, I just need to clarify a timing issue in my head. All right. I'm going to play the Coward Flare. After encounter cards are selected, but before they are revealed, I may flee, and it counts as a successful encounter on my part. And all allies go back home.
You may, so that's a conditional.
All right. Hold on. Before
Okay,
that happens,
base, it just,
hold on.
it gets allowed to go again, right?
Oh, give your encounter card to the defense. Return your ships to your columns. Defense discards normally. Okay, yeah, cool.
All right, so
How many cards play this out?
come on. See, so if you do that, you're letting somebody else win.
Why? You play the 40?
Too late.
All right, you're right. Too late. Can't walk that back. You already zapped that. Should have been a little bit quicker on the draw there.
All right. And reveal.
Okay, so how am I winning this game?
Through bluff. All right, so my
To the world.
loss.
So explain what happened to the audio.
Yeah,
Jack
so
played it.
I played a kicker, and even without the kicker, I think I was winning that encounter. 12-4 with the ships, so.
Yeah, offense played 4. Defense had ×3 kicker and a 12. I didn't even have to add up the ships. Defense is winning by a lot. So Jay was bluffing the whole way, and it was a valiant effort.
I didn't want that 4 anyways.
Well, it would have been nice to have won that. Everybody else gets sent back. Get another tie token. But
Yeah.
nope, none of that worked.
It didn't play.
Well, I for one couldn't be happy.
So now Jack is going for the win.
We'll see. We'll see what I can do. All right, I have nothing to
This is
regroup.
big.
I've
Jack
never
has
gone
never
to
won a
war.
game of Cosmic Encounter before, so
For everything, there's the first time. All right. So Destiny says hazard warning black.
The lemmings have the lemmings have migrated.
everyone's at 4 except the Tide. Well,
Yeah. I'm going to put some ships on here, I think.
where did this guy go?
Dun, dun, dun.
He came from there.
We could work this
Came
Jack.
from there.
We could work
I
this.
think we probably could work it out.
We should.
Work out.
I'm going to invite no one.
Please,
No.
please invite me. There's nothing to do with another flare in my hand.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm going to stick with my no invitation. Jeremy, it's on to you.
Jeremy, can I please
No.
join you? Can I please help?
What do you think of Jack?
You sound like you need the sniveler
So
right
do you
now.
want help or not?
Do I? Oh, yeah, that's a good call. What does the sniveler wild do? That's one, yeah.
I just want to help.
I'm just speculating. I'm just speculating.
That's true. Is, the stuff. Let's get all the defense in there. We'll never trust Jack.
So Jack invited nobody, and Jeremy invited the entire cosmos. All right, Bill.
Well, I will give you as much as I possibly can.
Let's roll the marbles.
And do I have 2 anywhere else?
Jack just won't respect himself. He doesn't win alone here.
You got some over here, Bill.
Where?
You've got like 4 right there. Right in
Where?
the
Black.
system.
In black already?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Handy.
Okay.
They don't even have to travel.
It's like waiting.
They were waiting for just that.
Wait, you know, I think we make this deal, Jeremy, just to prevent the twist from winning.
First one.
Not a lot of purples have come up, so the odds of it happening are pretty good.
Oh, let's see. Oh, I see the position. Now.
So,
If I prevent Jack from winning, I give Green the win.
Maybe.
If I prevent Jack, okay,
That was selected. Boom.
that's right.
I think green only has 3, though.
No.
He's got
Really?
8.
1,
3.
2,
Oh.
3,
Wait, really?
Oh, no.
We still got to eat the war.
4. Right here.
Yeah.
Don't cast such aspersion on.
This here got lost up in the thing. So,
Then they
I only see 8 lemmings in the warp, though, so
There are only 8.
but if I win this encounter,
game's over.
but
Yeah.
like I said, I'm going for the joint win. That is my in metagame. I'm not like your guys down there. I'm like doing math. I'd like to make a deal.
Whether I believe you're playing negotiate or not, it's not. If I were to turn on you and beat you, it'd only screen win. So
okay, this is a sturdy defense.
All right.
Get those quashes ready.
I'm retreating, but they get to make a deal if opposed by anything other than an attack card. So,
Yep.
we are in a deal situation.
I would accept a 1-for-1 deal.
Except that deal is.
I would accept someone quashing the heck out of that right now.
Wow.
Sadly, they could be.
And a couple of players are still playing their original hands. So.
No quash.
Yep.
I won't.
Oh. Purple and sign me right there. 5 colonies.
All right. I gotta look at the next Destiny card.
Play any of my negotiates.
Well done. Well done.
Jefferson, you foiled my plan with your stupid regrouping and attacking your own planet. I was about to just win with the rift. Oh, no.
Yeah, the next one would have gone up against you, Jack. So yeah, I would have won if there wasn't on the next encounter if there was not another Cosmic Tap.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Never
a game.
since, Bill would have been able to, if he had 9, he would have been able to establish a colony in that system as well.
And that would have been if in that case, if Bill had one more ship in the war, and that gone one more turn, then Bill and I would have had the rare joint win from just sheer powers.
Right.
That would be.
That
would have been
You want to
classic.
frame that one.
It could have happened.
Okay, so let's just rewind and let that happen. I like
Time
that
gap.
narrative better.
Well,
I mean, I'm all the way back here anyway, so it's not like
I had my super invader flare the whole game.
Oh.
Just didn't get to invade. So there was one.
during division.
And there was one. So
Oh, please.
I never used my alien power, so yeah, just didn't lose.
Sorry, Jack.
Plus the ship to the warp. Never used my alien power.
Wow.
Still managed to win. I want to check if that's on the current bucket list. Do you know, Greg?
Yeah.
Do you know?
I don't
Very
remember.
Unfavorable hand for the Graviton. Just not a lot of power to me.
Ooh, that's pretty ugly.
Yeah, I only drew 2 additional cards, and they were both attack 10s. Otherwise, that was all in my original hand.
Yeah, I played my last attack card as the defense with the kicker there, so that I could. Not
And-
lose my.
Not a quash to be seen, eh?
Nope, lots to negotiate.
Wow.
It's a shame. Jack. But you and Jeremy played great. That was a good time.
Had my Rift 4 the game. First, it was the first robot card I drew. So I'm sending 4 ships because I know that I can at least get them back. And I had to move, obviously. So just a slow build down, but.
So what's interesting is I've never been a war set before.
Wow.
Because when we're designing, we have to design for the base game and alien powers. We don't take into account the secondary things that were included in expansions. Because that's just one extra factor that's way too many. So, like, if I were to have designed an expansion after Cosmic Storm, I had those aliens enough, but I could not take the space station into account as well. There's like too many branch possibilities after that. So I've actually never that's really interesting. I don't even know what's in there. In terms of the
all kinds of-
range.
Or in there.
Well-
There's a lot of high attack cards. There's a few unique artifacts. All
Jeremy,
negate natural effects. Drift cards are like booby traps, but also give you perks if you play them, like getting ships. But if somebody takes this from you, in compensation, they lose ships. So
Interesting. So this little but
negative.
Speaking of brinksmanship, Jeremy almost played this complicated card that we never added, the Intimidate from Cosmic Dominion. And that would have been an interesting, the -9 Intimidate too.
Negative 9. Another card that's not very useful to the Graviton.
Read that card. Intimidate.
I'll read it here. Play face down. Become your encounter card if you are a main player, or may be used by your main player if you become an ally. It returns to hand if unused. And you got to, something that always comes up to people that are not familiar with it is this card has to be laid down before the planning phase. It's laid down during the alliance phase at the latest.
Aha.
Yeah, and you
And
have to announce it. But the thing is with the Intimidate, is there are 4 of them. The -9 9 is the sort of the monkey wrench one. The other ones are 19, 29, and 39. If you reveal an attack card, that it is worth its printed value. So you could be against the 39. But if you reveal anything other than an attack card, then the Intimidate turns into a Negotiate. In playing it, you're trying to force that play to negotiate, knowing that if you do, you're guaranteed to be in a situation. But the other thing that's interesting about it is, like, if he played the Intimidate during Jefferson's turn, Jefferson could invite him, and when it came time to play an encounter card, he would play it, but he could decide to reveal the Intimidate, which I might not, because all I had were negotiate cards in that retreat. So this would at least let me reveal something other than what's in my hand. It gets you around back to Oracle. Oracle can see that I played negotiate.
For me, in that case, is that I would know what if it was a good one or not, but he could also transfer that I could screw up my encounter. So it's a very psychological card.
It's definitely not for the weak of heart.
I like an Intimidate card. I've run into this so many times. Is it really only does its job in a table of people that all understand the Intimidate card?
Yes.
If people don't really get what it is, even when you explain it to them, they're just like, "Oh, that's interesting." And it doesn't really hit on the right level with them to understand what you're trying to do.
Well, Sam, you bring up a really interesting point that I was going to say is I love Cosmic Encounter. It's my favorite game in the world, but it requires omniscience. If you are just being introduced to Cosmic Encounter and they're using these expansions, you do not even know what is in the realm of possibility in terms of effects. Between the flares, the reward deck, all of these different things. So it could be really, really intimidating as a new player if you overload them with too much stuff, which can be really tempting because you want to show off all the things you have and all the expansions and get them as excited as you are about the game. But it's really interesting. I actually went into this game deliberately ignorant of some of the effects of these cards and aliens. Because for the prize is interesting, but for a lot of other people, I could see that it would be a source of frustration rather than excitement.
I find that usually what happens, though, is that the people who have no kinds of things are in the game, they just go la 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 through it and end up winning. Whereas I know a lot, like I have a really out of it, everything, and then it always gets me. Oh, well, wait a minute, he's got that. He has that card. He does this, so I should do this. And they're like, "Why did you do that?" And I was like, "Because I'm an idiot. That's why. I should have just played my 20. Why didn't I do that?"
I like to tell people when I'm teaching, hey, this is a game where you're buying the ticket and taking the ride. You don't know what's going to happen. I can't tell you everything that's going to happen. Some wacky stuff's going to happen. But just go with it. And that's about the game. You can play it several hundred times and still have things happen you've never seen before.
And you make a good point. It's a lot like poker in that way, right? Like, because the professionals are going to play against each other one way, and it's completely different than how they play against amateurs.
Yeah.
Because amateurs just aren't thinking on the same level and in the same way, so you play against them differently.
Yeah, they do silly, unpredictable things. You're like,
wasn't that like when what was the chess? What was the IBM chess AI thing? And some player beat it by just making dumb mistakes, and it didn't even know how to react. It's like, no one could be that dumb. Ended up losing.
Well, that was Invitational number 2. Another win for me. I'm sure that's probably the last one because everyone will be gunning for me. One of my favorite stories is the Galactic Championship, the one where I think it was actually the day one where Andrew and Matthew were the joint winners. I was at a table with Peter, and it was the will. And Peter decided that his best was to make sure that I not only didn't win, but didn't have any foreign colonies at all. He's attacking my foreign colonies, even on already had a foreign colony, and very successful. So I did not advance in the tournament at all, and Peter was very effective at just annihilating all of my chances. So that tends to happen after a while. If you win a little bit too much, people are like, well, I gotta play somebody. It might as well be Jack. So let's go ahead. I'm expecting that fully to happen at the next Invitational.
They start playing the meta game. Jack always wins. We always need to beat up.
Really is. That's why I had to reveal hard to this deal just in case, so that when
Not that late night one up in one of those rooms at the.
Escape velocity.
no, it was right in the middle of the afternoon when I was all right. If I do well in this game, I think I can advance.
Yeah. Last night, Bill and I were guests at a University of Pittsburgh game. Basically, a guy has a class on games design.
Game design.
Yeah, and so he had his students play Cosmic for the first time before we came in on Zoom, and then we chatted about stuff, and he asked us questions, and some of the players asked us questions. But the professor said Cosmic was his favorite game in the world. Classes.
So I'm also a professor of game design. I teach game design in the University of Wisconsin system and Minneapolis College of Art and Design. And I'm trying to impress upon the students that there are a couple of foundational games that if you can understand these games, then you know what game design is, and it applies to coding. It applies to any sort of process-based design. And the first one is Cosmic Encounter, and the second one is Magic the Gathering. If you could play even just at a tutorial level, where you understand the basic order of operations of what can happen, and then hear the meta level of the deal making and the set guessing and the brinksmanship. Yeah, I absolutely love this. I know people. If I could play one game to save my life, it would be Cosmic Encounter, because I'd either win laughing or die having the best time in my life.
Can you print that up in a quote? Can you send that as a quote? We need that.
That's beautiful.
That's an awesome quote.
Either way,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Die laughing. Why not?
You agree? You teach game design. Do you? I think it's part of theater. That it's in the whole element as an art form in the theater art. That's part of theater. That branch.
It's interesting
And that
because
it's an unusual thing where the actors, the players, are also the audience. And so you're trying to design something where the and usually games tell a story. Every time you've played Cosmic, you've created a story. So is that part of where you're coming from when you think about game design?
What's interesting is I actually approach a lot of games through what's called the GNS lens, or the game design theory, that every game has a gamist quality, which are the chess, go, sort of very, very structured games, and then a simulationist quality. What is trying to replicate, and how faithfully is it trying to do that? And every game has those three qualities, but they're different reasons. And so the narrative and story element of it, and I would argue that the acting and theater of it, every game has that to some degree.
Oh yeah.
It's just how large is that slice of the pie. And it's getting students to understand that every game has a story somewhere in it. It's just how much of the focus is on the story, like a role-playing game would be, versus an abstract game.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So one of the other challenges is usually with game design at the collegiate level, you're talking about computer game design, which then has the computer science aspect, which is about as far away from the liberal art theater that you could get. it's coupled with the School of Art and Design artists who started out as fine artists who are still discovering how to use artistic tools for expression. So it's a really interesting combination of students that I get because they're from completely opposite disciplines, and I get them at the freshman level, and it's my job to fold these two decks together to get one deck that we deal out of hand. It can be a successful group. It can be a successful opponents.
This
Well-
class last night was specifically board games. It wasn't any other stuff. It was just board games.
And that's what I teach. I told them, if you want me to teach game design, I am teaching tabletop design because that's what I know.
Mhm.
And that's why I get them at freshman level, because then later on they can learn the programming and they can learn the digital art. That is not my realm.
This is an awfully nice implementation.
It's beautiful.
Well, it's been kind of an underused resource for us too. We were in here playtesting new things all the time, but you know the DLC. This was the second official one done by Berserk. We worked with them way back in what was end of 2014 to get them up and running. Yeah.
So, when will we plan another one of the Cosmic?
Ooh.
I'm looking forward to another one, and I assume we're going to do some of the other games. But
Yeah.
I also,
What do
when's
you
the next Cosmic? I want to be there.
should we try to do? My idea, my rough plan was to see what player demand led to.
Yep.
Really haven't had anybody. I had one guy email say, "Yeah, I'd like to learn how to use TTS." But we got to have people who are already
Right.
wieldy.
I
With, I don't know.
I wouldn't mind a rematch with this group.
Yeah.
If you did have a good time and are interested in joining us in a future invitational, you can let me know. You can say yes for sure now, but then later on you can let me know what you really think. And then, we're going to try to schedule these fairly regularly with a mix of just super fans, but also Note, who love Encounter and board gaming in general, whether they're in the industry or not. And then also with our other games besides this, but we'll also be looking for people who don't mind us reaching out to fill in for somebody who couldn't make it at the last minute. Let us know about that as well. And we're hoping to keep doing this and maybe try out some other stuff here in Tabletop Simulator.
Thank you very much for the invite. I appreciate it. I'm definitely in for another game, and it means I've got a lot of revenge to plan. So, but yeah, count me in.
Well, this was a thrill for me, Jay. I've always wanted to meet you, and my fantasy was I'd like to meet Jay and play Cosmic Encounter. So it's a double win for me. This time, I love the space station, so it was great that we get to see some usage. Bill even got to use his one massive battery for a double on his reinforcement plus 2. But my reinforcement plus 8 was.
What's new in this expansion set 8 guy?
So the one thing it does is it doubles the number of space stations overall at the storm. So we added 10 more of the classic space station tokens, and then it introduces 2 new types of space stations. So you've got the Sky Cities, and the way those work is they are triangular tokens that you place on a planet. And what's different about a Sky City from a normal space station is that any player who has a colony on a planet with a Sky City has use of that Sky City's effect. So, for instance, we have here the big sky laser, which when you're a main player, after you reveal encounter cards, you add 3 to your total for each player with a colony on this planet. So the more players that are sharing the sky laser, the more powerful it becomes when that player is a main player. And another example is the Exhortation Sky City. Each player who does not have a colony on this planet has a planet. Be able to make deal these 3 additional Sky City. You're hoping to not have anyone else on this planet for as long as possible. What it does end up doing is becoming a big target, which means that everybody is going to ally against you and try to get a colony on that, so that you're actually the only one who does not have a colony there. So that can have a big ramifications. And then the deep space stations have they're little hexagons, and those are going to go out in front of your system and look to the normal space stations, but they're not tied to a specific planet. They're tied to how many of your home colonies you still control. And I want to say it's 3, but I'd have to double check because what was designed and what came out from Fantasy Flight were not identical. But I think what Frank did with it ultimately was better. So whichever of those is better is what it is. I don't remember. But it's a sequel. So the idea here is that in an 8-player game, everybody could have a Sky City, a deep space station, and a space station itself. And I think that the campaign guide has to deal one of each to a player, and then they're going to pick from these 3. So you were dealt one of these and say, yeah, I'm going to go with this deep space, or I'm going to go with deep city, or whatever. So it gives you, it really basically tripled the number of space station effects in the game, which for me was the goal. We tried to make Cosmic Odyssey, it's like a sampler platter of all of the variants, that it gives you at least enough in that expansion by itself so that you can play them. So it has hazard, and it has enough where you can play it as a standalone, or you can combine it with the hazards from Cosmic Conflict. It has its own reward deck that's a little bit smaller than the ones from Incursion and Dominion, but you can combine them all if you have them. So same thing with the space stations. So yeah, I'm super stoked with what Fantasy Flight did with Odyssey. It's got a lot of great stuff in it, and the campaign's pretty fun too. I enjoy all of Frank's contributions there. He upped that. It was definitely the weakest part of what I submitted, although what I submitted worked pretty well, but I definitely improved it. And that was a good time. I've had a great time every time I've done the campaign so far. And I've done 3 of them since it came out. So
Cool. Right. I wonder if you could set up a campaign out here in TPS.
I think you absolutely could. In some ways, it might even be easier because it's easy to set up. You don't have to worry about.
Well, you can even look back.
Yeah. And you've got players can be from anywhere. For me, like to do it physically, I've got to rustle up 4 or 5 people really in order to do it. But here it would be much easier to do. So yeah, I think we'll gear up to that. We'll do a few more invitationals to find out who is a rabid cosmic player with too much time on their hands, and then we'll assemble the Avengers from that group of people, and we'll stream a campaign, 1 game at a time. See how that works. That could be a fun time.
Hey guys, I just put the link to we have a whole description page about how this is all supposed to work, how we hope it's going to work. It's in the individual chat and chat, and if you just want to spread that around, drop it to Facebook, it'll pop up and pre-populate with our blah blah blah, and just get the word out there. You probably know a lot of people who'd be inclined to play at this high level.
The highlight is very high.
Yeah.
Yes. Well done. I
definitely want to offer up my thanks for inviting me. It's been great hanging out with all you guys again. I love hearing all the stories of how different aliens got developed and all that kind of stuff. I'm willing to show up anytime and win Cosmic.
And win.
I just hope I plan to stick around and be involved in the community and
Excellent.
contribute however I can.
Thanks. Well, this has been wonderful for me. Thank you.
All right. Guys. We didn't have as many viewers as the other night, but we're doing it at night. Every time it's reach. So it might not be our time. It's better for me, but because I'm awake. But I actually think we may have had more.
Being awake does help the gameplay.
What's that? Yes.
So staying awake does tell. Yeah.
Although you can overthink things too when you're awake. So.
Well, we'll save the stream. We'll start building a catalog of these things. If people
Yeah.
want to watch, which is fine. And it's fine if they don't want to watch them as well. But there are people that do. They're like, I want to sit there and watch people play
Well,
this
I was
game.
actually chatting with people. I chatted more with people this time, actually. People, hey, what is this? I want to do this. How do I do it? And I said, well, go to link. And I already got an email from a guy who says he wants to join. So there we go.
Yeah.
Big outreach. Big impact. But yeah, we just got to do more of it. It'd be great to do twice a month. We'll see if we can get it up to that level. And hey, there's 5 games total. So maybe we can
Yeah, we've got Corey
Dune.
Knitska coming up on the next one.
Oh,
Ooh,
Corey's so
excellent.
awesome. Corey's one of the best people I ever worked with. I think it's going to be a fantastic time.